motion in a plane. Okay, see, there is a concept called the vector product, or actually vector products. Okay, see, based on the product we get when we operate two vectors, there are two types of vector products. One is a scalar or a dot product, other one is cross or vector product. So one more type. So based on the product, when we operate two vectors, we define two types of vector products. One is a scalar product. It is also referred as a dot product. Scalar or dot product. Agree? Second one is vector or cross product. When we operate two vectors, if product is a scalar, then that product is called a scalar or a dot product. When we operate any two vectors, if an answer or the product is another vector, then we say that product as a vector or cross product. So we will see one by one. First one is a scalar or a dot product. So first thing is clear. Based on the product we get when we operate any two vectors. So we have two types of vector products. One is a scalar product, other one is vector product. So let us move on to the scalar or dot product. See this. First of all, how this product is defined. First of all, scalar or a dot product. So dot product of two vectors, that is say A and B, can be defined as, first of all, it is a product of magnitudes of the two vectors and cosine of the smaller angle between them. Let me repeat. See, it is means a scalar, or else we will write scalar product. Okay, is defined as the product of magnitudes of two vectors and cosine of angle between them. See this. If you have two vectors, one is a vector, other one is a b vector. Just see. And where the angle should be defined between the angle must be always between the point where the two tails of two vectors join. Remember. So here angle between the vectors is defined from A to B. Let us call this as theta. When you are finding the dot product, that is from A to B, angle between the vector is going to be what? Theta. So you may define a dot product between the B and A also. Just see, when you define the B and A, what could be the angle between the two vectors B and A, please? When this is theta, logically 360 minus theta. Did you got the point, please? So if you are operating the dot product from B to A, the angle between the vectors is going to be how much? 360 minus theta. If you are finding the dot product of two vectors from A to B, what is the angle between the vectors? Theta. Remember this concept, please. So now focus on the definition given this. What is the definition? Scalar product is defined as the product of the magnitudes of the two vectors. One more time, this is the first vector, this is the second vector. Angle is from A to B, theta. Okay. Magnitudes of the two vectors and cosine of the angle between them. This is how we can write the dot product. A dot B is equal to what? AB, first of all we will write the modulus. Okay. Cos theta. Or you can write the same AB cos theta. What A and B please? The magnitudes of the two vectors. What is the theta? Angle between the two vectors. And one more point we have discussed just now. If we are finding the dot product from B to A, then what could be the angle between the B to A please? 360 minus theta. Okay. So one more time. What is a dot product please? It is a dot product means A dot B. It is defined as a product of magnitudes of the two vectors and the cosine of the angle between them. This is the formula you can use to find what the dot product of two vectors. And now we focus on the properties of this dot product. So what are the properties? Please stay tuned. The properties are very important. These properties will help you in solving the objective questions. Okay. So let us unwind those properties. First, dot product. Remember, another name for scalar product is dot product. Dot product of two vectors is a scalar. So actually this is the reason why the product is named, because when you operate two vectors, if you get answer as a scalar, then only it is called a scalar or a dot product. So first property is dot product of two vectors is a scalar. That is A dot B. What is we are going to get this a scalar. Can you recall any example of this concept? Very simple. So all of you know that work is a scalar quantity. How do you define? As a dot product of force and displacement. Just see over here. These two are the vectors. Force is a vector, displacement is a vector. But when you operate under dot, your result is going to be a scalar, which is named as by what name is work. Therefore, dot product of two vector is what? Scalar. Next. What is theta? Angle between the vectors. So now, when the dot product of two vectors becomes the maximum, just see. Dot product, this is also important concept. Dot product of two vectors becomes maximum when dot product of two vectors becomes maximum when theta means what? Angle between the vectors. Don't forget, angle between the vectors. Dot product of two vectors becomes maximum when theta is 0. That is, just substitute in the formula please. A dot B is equal to AB cos 0. You remember what is the value? But cos 0 degree is 1. Therefore, what is the dot product please? A dot B is equal to AB. Remember, under what condition dot product of two vectors is going to be maximum? When the vectors act in the same direction. Next. We have seen two properties. First one, dot product of two vectors is a scalar. Second one, when two vectors act in the same direction, then their dot product is going to be what? Maximum. Next. What happens to the dot product if the two vectors act perpendicular to each other? Let us see in the next problem. If two vectors are perpendicular to each other, perpendicular means how much? Theta 90 degree. if two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then what is the angle between the vectors? 90 degree. Therefore, let us see the result. A dot B is equal to A and B are the magnitudes of the vectors. Cos of 90 degree. Anybody knows the value of cos 90 degree? Which is 0. A favorite number. Your number, favorite number. Okay, therefore, A dot B is equal to what? 0. See one interesting idea over here. So whenever you take two vectors perpendicular, you are getting their dot product as 0. Now onwards, whenever you are asked to show that two vectors are perpendicular, you may use this as a condition, please. Now onwards, remember, under what condition the two vectors are said to be perpendicular? The answer is when their dot product is 0. One more time. Under what condition the two vectors are considered to be perpendicular? When their dot product is 0. Now onwards, use this concept as a condition for two vectors to be perpendicular. This is the condition for two vectors to be perpendicular. Okay, don't forget, this is the condition for two vectors to be perpendicular. So you have seen when the dot product attains maximum value when theta is 0 degree. Now you can say that when the dot product of two vectors attains a minimum value when they are perpendicular to each other. Or what is another way of taking the same result? Under what condition two vectors are said to be perpendicular? When their dot product is 0. Like this, you can analyze the property. Okay, this is a very important property for solving some numerical space. Next one. So all of you know that what I, J and K stands for. I is the unit vector along the x-axis. J is the unit vector along the y-axis. K is the unit vector along z-axis. Now, what is unit vector? Do you remember? It is a vector of magnitude 1. What is significance of unit vector? Always unit vectors are used to specify what direction. Now we have a fixed denotation, that is I, J, K. What the I, J, K corresponds to? The x, y and z axis respectively. Remember? So now, when we operate I dot I means the vectors acting along x axis. When you operate J dot J, what does it mean? Vectors acting along y axis. When we operate K dot K, what does it mean? The vectors acting along z axis. Let us see what result we get when we operate I dot I. So these are the two vectors. What does I vector mean? It is a vector acting along x axis. Another I is also acting along x axis. Do you remember? A line is parallel to itself. What does it mean? Angle between them is 0. So what is the basic formula we may use to find dot product? A dot B is equal to what? AB cos theta. Now onwards, whenever you are asked to find the dot product, you may use this magnitude part AB cos theta. So I magnitude of first vector, magnitude of second vector, angle between them. All of you know that these two are along the x-axis, means angle between them is what? 0 degree. But what is cos 0, please? Known to you, that is 1. Therefore, when we operate a dot under I dot I, these two are what? Unit vectors. What is the magnitude of unit vector? 1. Therefore, what result? 1 only. So when you are operating I dot I, your result is 1. Now you can extend the logic. What result would you get when you operate J dot J, K dot K, please? Logically the same. Just see. I dot I, J dot J and the K dot K. When you operate these, you will get 1 as a result. Agree? This is also important result. Now we will operate I dot j. Any guesses what would be the angle between I dot j, please? Recall one more time. I is the unit vector acting along x-axis. J is the unit vector acting along y-axis. So logically angle between x and y is how much, please? 90 degree. When we operate I dot j, just see, once again the basics. I, its a modulus, j, its a modulus, angle between. Just use your inspection method to evaluate the angle. I, x, j, y, angle between them is what? 90 degree. But what is cos 90 degree, please? It is 0. Therefore, when you operate I dot j, it is 0. Similarly, when you operate j dot k, please, j dot k means what? J is the unit vector along the y-axis and it is z. Once again, angle between y and z is also 90 because how the x, y and z axis are mutually perpendicular to each other. Recall that. So therefore, when you operate j dot k or k dot I, so what result will you get is 0. Remember, this will help you in finding the product of the given vectors. Remember, when you operate I dot j, j dot k, k dot I is amounts to be how much, please? 0. Similarly, when you operate I dot I, j dot j, k dot k, what it amounts to be? 1. Remember this. Now, dot product, one more property, dot product of two vectors is commutative. What does commutative means? A dot b, when you operate, it will be same as b dot a. How? Let us see. Dot product. Okay, property continues. Dot product of two vectors. Two vectors is a commutative. I hope you know in mathematics commutative law, associative law, identity law, okay, inverse, the same idea. Dot product of two vectors is commutative. That is, a dot b is the same as b dot a. Just see. So these are the two vectors, agree? A and b. When you define angle from a to b, what is angle? Theta. But when you operate b dot a, so what is angle, please? 360 minus theta. Agree? What is the cos of 360 minus theta? Once again, cos theta only. That is the reason why we say dot product is what? Commutative. And now, examples. Example for what concept? Dot product of two vector is what? Scalar. That is the reason why the name of this product is what? Scalar or dot product. Okay. See, example. You can define work as what? Dot product of force and displacement. You can define power as what, please? Dot product of force and velocity. Okay. This is how you can recall what is known as dot product. Okay. Now we move on to the one more product. What is the name? Vector product. Why it is named as vector, please? When you operate any two vectors, if your answer is a vector, then such a product is referred as what? Vector product, or it is popularly known as what? Cross product. Ready? See. Just like we have seen properties of dot product. So here also there are properties of a scale dot product, sorry, cross product. Next one, vector or cross product. See how it is defined. Here also the same thing, theta is the angle between the vectors, but which product we are supposed to find? It's a cross or vector product. How it is defined? It is defined, it is means vector product. It is defined as Okay, product of magnitudes of two vectors and cosine, earlier cosine, now sine, and the sine of angle between the vectors, and one more important thing, a unit vector, because the product should be another vector, a unit vector perpendicular to where it is acting, perpendicular to the plane containing the given vectors, right? See, once again same concept, it is a B vector and this is a A vector, and the angle is defined from A to B, right? So here is the concept. A cross B can be written as a modulus of A, modulus of B, and the sine theta here into n cap. What is special about n cap? N cap is the unit vector which is specifying the direction of this product, the product that is cross product. Because when you operate two vectors under cross, you will get a result as a vector, and that vector must have a direction, no? Not only direction, even magnitude also. So which part of expression corresponds to magnitude? This one, AB sine theta, and the n cap corresponds to what? Direction. Agree? Where n cap is a unit vector. You see, n cap is the unit vector perpendicular to what? Plane containing A and B. See, what is the formula for dot product of two vectors to find this? Dot product of two vectors to find the formula is, just see, A cross B is equal to AB, I will take modulus AB what? Sine theta into n cap. Agree? What is n cap? N cap is a unit vector perpendicular, always it is perpendicular to the plane containing, A vector and B vector. Let me explain this concept. Assume that A is the vector acting along the x-axis like this. Okay, A is the vector acting along x-axis. B is the vector acting along y-axis. Okay, where is the n cap? Means where is the product of these two vectors would act? It is perpendicular over here. Like I have shown on the board, it is along z-axis. Okay, it is same as rotating a screw. If you rotate a screw from A to B, like this. If you rotate a screw from A to B, where is the direction? It is perpendicular to plane directed inwards. Sorry, when you operate A to B, it is outward. But when you operate B to A, it is inward. Means when you rotate the screw in clockwise direction, the screw goes inside. When you rotate the screw in anti-clockwise direction, it comes out. But the condition is the screw must be a right-handed screw. Agree? So when your ceiling fan rotates, where the air is being pushed downward, that is in the direction of what? N cap. Agree? So what N cap specifies the direction, and always how its direction will be perpendicular to the plane containing A and B vector. Now properties we will list out. Properties. First one is as usual the cross product of two vectors. Yes, two vectors is A vector That is the reason why the name is given. Agree? The cross product of two vectors is a vector. That is A cross B gives you a vector again. And this must have two aspects. One is a magnitude, which is AB sin theta. Second one is the direction, that is n cap. So A cross B is equal to what? Vector. Let us illustrate this idea with a simple example. Example is, have you studied a linear velocity, which is actually defined as a cross product of angular velocity and a position vector. But now onwards, remember how to find the direction of a vector, cross product, how to find the direction of a cross product of a vector using the right hand corkscrew rule. Okay, this is very easy to follow easy to find the direction using the screw rule. Okay, first property is clear. The cross product of what two vector is a vector. Next, just like in your dot product, we have analyzed when the dot product of two vector is maximum, when the dot product of two vector is minimum. Here also, let us analyze when the cross product of two vector is maximum. See the property. Cross product of two vectors is maximum when theta means angle between the vectors is what? 90 degree. That is, just see, A cross B is equal to AB sin 90 degree. What is sin 90, please? 1. Therefore, what you will get? A cross B is equal to AB. But n cap as it is, because it must specify the direction of product. Okay, so let us concentrate on the result now. Cross product of two vector is maximum when the vectors are perpendicular or angle between them is 90 degree. Next, cross product if the two vectors are acting in the same direction. Let us see that. See carefully. If two vectors are acting in the same direction, see this. If two vectors are in the same direction, yes, what could be angle between them when they act in the same direction, please? If two vectors are in the same direction, then 0 degree. Yes, sin 0 is 0, no? Therefore, cross product of two vector is what? 0. Or you can call minimum. And one more interesting thing. Whenever you operate two vectors under operation called cross, if your result is 0, this can be used as a condition for two vectors to be parallel. Please remember, what was the condition for two vectors to be perpendicular? Their dot product is 0. The condition for two vectors to be parallel, what was condition? Cross product of two vector is 0. Okay. Now, basic is A cross B is equal to what, please? Modulus of AB and sin theta. Of course, n cap is the unit vector specifying the direction of what? Product A cross B. Now, let us see what result we may get when we operate I cross I. Okay. Just use your inspection method to find out angle between these two. What is I vector? It is the vector acting along x-axis. Another is also along x-axis. So logically, what is the angle between them is, please? 0. Therefore, when you operate I cross I, just magnitude of this sine 0. Okay, but what is sine 0, please? It is 0. Therefore, when you operate I cross I, what is the result, please? 0. Just now you have seen a condition for two vectors to be parallel is their cross product is 0. So here also the same. When you are operating I cross I, your result is 0. Can you extend the idea for j cross j? Yes. Why? They are acting along y axis. So therefore, once again angle between them is 0. Therefore, their cross product is 0. Can you extend one more vector, that is k cross k, which is also 0. So shall we summarize? We have I cross I, j cross j and k cross k is what? 0. This is important result, right? So now when you operate I cross j, what is I? It is the vector acting along x axis. What is the j? Acting along y axis. When you operate I cross j, let us see. I cross j. Okay. What is the formula? A cross B is equal to what? AB sine theta into n cap. Right. So I cross j, angle between I cross j, I is along x, j is along y. So what is angle? 90 degree, because angle between x and y is what? 90 degree. Therefore, magnitude of I vector, magnitude of j vector, angle between them is what? 90 degree and n cap. See please. But what is sine 90, please? It is 1. But what are the magnitudes of I vector and j vector? That is also 1. You will get one more vector. So how to assess that vector, that is a product of the vector? Here is a simple way to assess the value, assess the direction. I, j and the k. See, if you are moving in clockwise direction, just see, when you operate I cross j, the effect of product could be seen perpendicular to these two planes, that is z, that is k. Okay. When you operate I cross j, your product, that is a resultant, will be along k. I cross j gives you one more vector which is perpendicular to these two, that is k. Next, when you operate j cross k, any guesses? It will be I. When you operate k cross I, it will be j. This is for clockwise. The same you can think for anti-clockwise also. I, j and k. If you move in this way, anti-clockwise. First we work out for clockwise. Just see. What is I cross j, please? It is a unit vector perpendicular to this, that is a k vector. Similarly, j cross k, please. J cross k. Next one is I vector, right? So when you operate k cross I, please, k cross I, which is j for clockwise. Go for anti-clockwise, please. Reverse. J cross I. Yes, what we will get? J cross I. Opposite, minus k. Right. So when you operate k cross j, please, it is a minus I. When you operate I cross k, please, it is minus j. Agree? So therefore, the cross product of two vector is a vector which is perpendicular to the plane containing the given vector. That is proved over here. And one more. Just now we have seen properties of a cross product. So one of the property was a cross product of two vector is a vector. Can you give some example for this? Property is cross product of two vectors is a vector. Just see what are the example. First is angular momentum could be an example for this. It is a cross product of position vector and linear momentum. Angular momentum is a cross product of position vector and a linear momentum, and the torque also position vector and force, linear force. Okay, so this is how you can give an example of the case that is a cross product of two vector is a vector. Now we will see some important numericals, please, for your objective interactions. Okay, see, one numerical: a body constrained, okay, it is compelled to move along z axis. Let me read: a body constrained to move along the z axis. Do you know the vector that is specifying the z axis? That is a k. Okay, is subjected to a constant force, and the representation of that force is minus I plus 2j plus 3k. Means what? What are the coordinates over here? Minus 1 comma 2 comma 3. Agree? So there is a force given. Force vector is minus I plus 2j plus 3k. Now calculate work done. Work done is asked. Work done means what? Is it a scalar product or vector product, please? Recall, it is a scalar product. Agree? So calculate work done. For what purpose, please? Work done by the by force, the same force, in displacing a body through a distance of 4 meter along the z axis. See, the distance with direction is given. How do you write 4 meter along z axis? Which vector specifies z axis, please? K vector, k. Therefore, how to write displacement vector? 4 meter along where? Z axis. This is how you can write the that statement 4 meter along z axis in the vector form. Next step is very easy. What is the work done, please? It is the dot product of force and displacement. Right. So force minus I plus 2j plus 3k. Now what is the displacement vector? Having only its coordinate along z. What about x and y coordinate? They are not, they are absent. In the sense, take it 0. That is 0I plus 0j plus what? 4k. This will help you to operate or to find a dot product rather easily. So what is the result you had, please, for dot product? I dot I, j dot j, k dot k is what? 1. What is I dot j? That is 0. But see, coefficient of I is 1. 1 into 0, 0. Next, 0. Next, k dot k is 1. Therefore, what is 3 4s? That is 12. Therefore, right, this is how you can operate what? Dot product. See, such problems are helpful in tackling the objectives. Agree? So very simple one. Only the specified concept is 4 meter along the z axis. How you write this one in vector form? Very simple. Already you know the vector that we take to represent along z is k. Right, please? Now, if sum of two vectors, the modulus of sum of two vectors and difference of two vectors is given. If they are equal is given, then you are asked to find the angle between the vectors. See, this is already asked in your, I think, in the NEET or KCET it seems. So let us tackle that problem. See, if modulus of A plus B, the sum of two vectors, is equal to difference of these two vectors. What does it mean? When the resultant of two vector is maximum, when they act in the same direction. When the resultant of two vector is minimum, when they act in opposite direction. Can you recall parallelogram law of vector addition, please? Whenever two vectors acting at a point, how do you find resultant? R is equal to under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Agree? So here a plus b means resultant is maximum. This means minimum. For what angle resultant is maximum? 0 degree. For what angle resultant is minimum? 180 degree. Now if this is equal, find angle between them. This is framed under objective, right? So modulus of a plus b, what does it mean, please? The same, a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Now how do you find this one, please? Minimum. When it is minimum, a square plus b square plus 2ab, sorry, minus 2ab cos theta. But here what is theta? 180 degree, right? So it is for minimum. So both are equal. See, right? Now squaring both sides, when you square both sides, you will get this as a value, right? Please, a square plus b square minus 2ab cos theta. Just see, these two cancel away. Take, so altogether how much it is? 4ab cos theta is equal to 0. Now what does it implies? A is equal to 0, but a and b are non-zero vectors, remember? So a and b are non-zero vector, that's why only possibility is cos theta may be equal to 0. What does it means? Theta is equal to cos inverse of 0. For what angle? Cos will take a value as 0, please, 90 degree. So this is how you can find angle between the vectors when the sum of two vectors is equal to what? Difference of those two vectors. What does it infer? Sum of two vector means resultant of two vector is maximum. Difference of two vector means resultant of those two vector is minimum. Okay, so one more. See, one more problem, please. A force of 7I plus 6K, this is expressed in terms of Newton, makes a body, one more objective based problem, body move on rough surface, okay, move on rough surface with a velocity of 3j plus 4k. Remember, this is in meter per second. Okay, so what is asked? Calculate its power. Just see, the two vectors were given. One is for force, other one is for velocity. What is the force vector given, please? 7I plus 6k. Okay, so 7I plus 0j, because j is not given, 6k, right? So velocity vector 3j means 0I plus 3j plus 4k. Now what is being asked? Power. So power is the target. So what is power, please? It is a dot product of force and velocity. What is the force? 7I 0j plus 6k, right? Dot 0I plus 3j plus 4k. You already know the result when you operate I dot I, j dot j, k dot k. What result would it give? 1. When you operate I dot j, that is 0. Just see, I has a coefficient as 7 on this side, but there is no coefficient. So, product is 0. Now, j has no coefficient over here, but here it has. Once again, product is 0. Now, k has what coefficient? 6 over there, 4. Therefore, when you operate k dot k, what is the result? 1. So, what is left for the numbers? That is 24. You know already the unit of power is watt. Okay.